I'm probably back in Ultimate Driving that I just actually look like this. As you can see, I have weared as a police officer in that time as well. So I dress like this as a UD police officer for like this one. I will not actually going to reset for my character as well. So looks like I won't actually gonna be using any weapons anywhere, so I just gotta be using the flares. As I'll put down for anywhere is probably where to do so, I decided to remove the flares as I possibly do. So, I'll be driving police cars for the one last time, and yes, including all emergency vehicles that I just probably going to do. So let's start with the Ford Crown Victoria that I'm going to be driving for myself. So I'll be turning off anywhere as possible. So I'm not very sure this car is something like that as anyways. So this car could be like not anyways to do this as well. So I'm not very sure. This car was not upgradable. As we probably going to customize of this car, this is not actually going to be a way things to do so that I actually going all the way to something else, which is nothing a little bit better as I possibly that I'm going all the ways to do. Now exactly how I'm driving a police car as well. Let's turn on the lights, or pretty what it was that I just going to do this. So this is the Crown Victoria of the police car. I cannot believe this is not I just tried to do this as well. So I'll be turn on the sirens, and this is actually going the siren looks like. So if I'm going to be turning on the sirens, this is absolutely an abuse for something for unknown reasons. I don't believe it. This is actually pretty abusing that I'm just going to jump all the way from myself over the interstate and into the highway drive for probably I didn't know that I just going to be around here for this thing. So I do not believe that this car could actually turning on for some sirens, and this should be even more louder as even possible. I can hear them outside of this one. So this is where I just gonna be driving a police car for them itself. So the final recruitments could be nothing even as possible to start driving all the way around. I'm not actually earning anyway for just like that thing. So everything should be actually working for pretty that much. And now we're absolutely going to have a siren test. The bad news is, we're not actually going to be here at the dealership. So looks like I cannot actually going to get around for this. So in case I can't actually going to turn around of this one. So this is where that we escape from the bank. So looks like I have going to be exiting over here for this one. And this is where I just actually going to be escaping from my own. Oh geez. That is the 7th Street of the Kensington as well. So this is where the bus drives could be for another itself for that one. I'm not going to be in the person versus person for like that. So the police station have just moved. I don't believe it that the police station it's right over here. The police station isn't gonna be right over here. And eventually the police station have just returned back into this old spot again. So where does the police station go? Currently, the police station of this map is right over here on top of this thing as end of the Westover. So the police station is right down into this side, and that could be for its final update during that time. I don't believe it. This is not going to be even possible. Police station is right over there, and I'm sorry that I just didn't admit around here. This is nearby the police station around here. The old police station that updated last time was completely changed and moved down to the old one for something it was being reused. I cannot believe that we can't absolutely going to upgrade this vehicle. This cannot be customizable, but looks like we come right over here for this one. We kept the sirens like the police lights or the emergency lights turned on. So looks like I came right here for some engine upgrades. Unfortunately, they are not available to upgrade this car. So, as I absolutely going to drive in, I'm not very sure. Is it going to be going anywhere for just like that? Alright, looks like the engine could be actually going to upgrade into max. I can hear the cars are actually paying for themselves to do this. So looks like our faster upgrades like this, the tires must actually going to be even more grip than I just eventually going to get around here for just like here. So I don't need any racing tires because we're absolutely going to keep things stock. So looks like they added traction control and steering. So I'm probably not sure that isn't going to be look like this. We absolutely going to came around here for some siren. Wait a second. Somebody's absolutely going into this thing as well, so please leave me alone. I don't want actually you to come in for that around and stuff. Wait a second. Alright, I'm gonna be using handcuffs. This is not good. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! I absolutely flipped it over. I lost my car! I'm sorry! I cannot believe that isn't going to be like that. So, I'm driving exactly how the police cars look like. And I decided to drive around here for this thing as well. I cannot believe I hear gunshots over here for this time. But now it's time to upgrade for this car over here. I'm not very sure. This car is called Dodge Charger. This is Dodge Charger Pursuit. The last time that I just drive is the Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. But now I'm gonna be upgrade this thing overall and customize it to something as well. So after the engine upgrades, I absolutely active for something even more faster that I actually eventually that I used. So I do not actually going to be use the Crown Victoria ever again. I totally waste my money for just exactly right over here. So we're gonna be about to do some siren test, and right there, and probably we're gonna be move on to the firefighter theme, or like this, or the firefighter team, for something like else. Let's get back into the police station, and I won't actually buy some cars. I have all my vehicles that I absolutely purchase everywhere about here for this time. So right here, I didn't actually spawn right back into the police station. No, this is not pretty good around here. Wait a second, I hear gunshots over here. I do not want to ram a person for something else. So I cannot believe that I just absolutely gotta drive myself for this one. So this is not what I actually gonna be driving for this one, and I wouldn't believe this isn't going to be for something that I just gonna drive. So I'm very possibly not sure that I'm just going to be drive far away as possible. And alright, there's a crime fight scene is going. No! No, I'm on fire. Change the car, change the car, change the car, quick! Quick! Oh jeez, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's press the letter L and siren test. Jesus! Cheesy, crusty hell around here. I just did a burnout. Alright, time to get away from myself. Alright. Oh jeez, this is madness around here out there. I cannot believe that this is not going to be itself. It's actually so foggy out here in the night. So I better yet, I should actually going to get away from myself. I blasted over 218 miles per hour. So this is actually one of the fastest pursuit cars that I'm not very sure. I don't have any fastest pursuit cars or whatever it does. So let's see for my ranks. So where's my ranks? Civilian cars only. Oh my gosh. This is not probably good that I didn't own anything around myself. The bad news is there's no fastest police cars against the rules of their car companies or some kinds of like anything of all car brands for themselves, except American car brands and even more. I totally drive all the way up itself into the gas station, so I'm gonna be using premium gas mileage, not regular. So I absolutely blasted all the way up here. I can't actually bust a driver or some kind of suspects over here. So looks like I decided to turn off the engine while it's actually going to be at full stop over here for this one. 1 mile has been driven around here. So I should be able to level up to level 22, which is going to be a rank 22. I cannot view ranks for something as well. So looks like I got rank 21 for just like that. I can't see any vehicles for something like that. So with that said, I cannot actually rank anything about here for just like that. So I'll be stopping right over here for some siren tests. I have teleported to Odessa, and we're going to be seeing the siren sounds around here. The sirens could be for around here, could be around here for somewhere. So letter A could be for around as well. There's the yelp, there's phaser, and the high-low. And let's see that I would not actually going to be sound like this. This is totally loud and it's going to be abusing for something as well. So here we go, let's hear it out. That sounds way more ridiculous that I'm not going to be hearing this out. I'm keeping my engine off as I'm probably sure. I'm almost going to be ranked up to rank 23. So I have miles to do this as well. So I do not believe this is not going to be getting around here. And I'm decided to start driving around here. As you can see, the terrain's about for this. And I eventually start driving and speeding all the way around the track. So as you can see around here in the Bordenville, so I'm actually going to be headed over down to the Odessa line. But I'm sorry, this is not going to be the bad news. If you're going to be hearing up the level up sound for this thing, which means I completely ranked into something even more sufficient like this. I cannot believe it. Oh geez, I have totally run out of control of the car. I don't believe it. This is nothing unstable around here for this thing as well. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. This is actually complete madness of the car around here. It got way too many horsepower for this thing as well. I'm actually going to be using the manual transmission. So, oh jeez, absolutely I hear for some sort of burnout hearing for this. After 1 mile, it's completely out of control for this along. Oh my gosh, this is what a bad for this thing as well. So, I better turn back into an automatic transmission. So I better use the 3rd gear. So this is not actually going to be for bad happens today. So I better kept on going. and I'll be ended over here into this thing as well. So I cannot believe it's back into 152 miles per hour. So I just totally messed around here. I have messed up for my miles anyway, and ended up in the barn or in the farm, as I'm probably not sure. So looks like I have totally bonused myself, and it's actually time to change into a firefighter theme. So I should be actually going to stop the engine over here, so I do not actually gotta turn on the sirens. Let's hear for this thing as well as the first time that I just went here. So this is the fire station that I wouldn't absolutely going to get themselves for to do this, that I just go in the spawn. I'll be right back for this thing as well. It has a ambulance, and probably this goes the same thing as literally as possible. So let's just turn off the engine. Let's start the ambulance. It could be for like anybody about for themselves. Alright, this is actually not going to be exactly what it is. This is going to be the same sirens as whatever to do this as well. We cannot actually gonna be viewing for this one. So let's see a big fire ladder engine unit. As I'll be hearing this out, this won't be going to be necessary by pressing the letter L. I'm not very sure this isn't going to be the same thing as Yelp and Phaser and High-Low. But the whale could be for exactly, could be the Q whale for this thing as well. So this is actually the Q siren could be exactly going to be for that thing. So let's hear it out for one more time. And let's just drive it out, and we can't absolutely going to rescue anybody as well. So here we go. Let's do it. Oh geez, that sounds a little bit incredible. So let's get out of a drive, and I was rank number 16 anyways. So that is all we have time for today for driving for emergency vehicles for the one last time. So this is actually a little bit for one thing, of course, that I do not actually going to be using for some kind of like that thing over here. So I'm going to fully stop over here for this thing, and I'll not able to be reversing for this thing as well. So I gotta keep things a little bit off for themselves, and this is where we use the fire hose. So I do not believe that I just gotta be using the fire hose for itself for the really first time. So since that first time that I just using for water pressure, so I absolutely going to be blasted our way to even more. I didn't have anything as well, but I cannot believe that I didn't use the fire hose anyways. So my truck is actually destroyed. Oh geez, I'm just gonna be respawning this fire truck over here. I don't believe it. The other fire truck is absolutely right over here, and that will be insanely... Nothing a little bit good is around here or going around here. Oh no, I have decided to reset my character, as I'm not gonna be with that anyways to do this as well. So over 20 minutes of this video should be that possible. And I absolutely missing a tire for like anything around as well. So I'm gonna be using the fire chief's car, and let's just get out of here for this lifetime, as I'm probably not very sure. So this isn't going to be for around here, and I just using for this thing like anyways to do so. So I have decided to jump out of the vehicle, and we're gonna say to the end of this video. So the game is going to be linked in description around here below over here. If the game gets unplayable, unfortunately, this is absolutely for a sad news to Ultimate Driving. So we're not absolutely going to be worried about that over here. So thanks for watching, for hearing this out, for driving emergency vehicle cars around here in Ultimate Driving. And I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you, mini lads, and whenever it is, all later. For the one last time, we'll now say farewell to drive emergency vehicles in Ultimate Driving.